Okay, so this week I was asked a question on how to attract people. So I thought it would be great to put a topic together or a video together outlining 10 tips on how to attract people. So here I go. There are a variety of ways that a person can attract people to them. The following tips outline some of the most important tips on how to draw people to you and keep them close. Okay, number 1, be yourself. People are much smarter than they are given credit for, and if you are putting on a fake and phony front, most of us can see through this. If you find yourself putting a great deal of thought and effort into how you act on a daily basis, there is a good chance that you are not able to relax and just be yourself. Number 2, talk to strangers. Yes, we were all told as children that we should not talk to strangers for fear of kidnapping. But we are all adults now, and in the real world, you may need to converse with a stranger every once in a while. This is not a fate worse than death, and who knows, maybe if you are able to hold up your end of the conversation, you could end up making a new friend. Number 3, ask questions. For example, the next time someone asks how you're doing, don't mumble a courtesy reply under your breath. Instead, look at them in the eyes and say, "I'm fine." And yourself? The simple act of taking an interest in your fellow man does wonders for attracting people to you. Number 4, put yourself in the shoes of others. Yes, that's right. When you are interacting with others, take a moment to think about whether your contributions to the conversations are necessary and how they will be perceived by members of the peer group. Number 5, everyone has a reason for being. People who struggle to attract others are people who do not take the time to understand the rationale for other people's actions. It's time to realize that everyone has their own reason for being the way they are and start understanding instead of demanding. Number 6, be present. A person who is truly, and I mean truly present, in the conversation is actually listening to what the other person is saying and trying to offer useful perspectives. A person who is not present is just nodding along and waiting for their turn to talk. Take a deep look within and decide on which of these describe you. If you fall into the second category, this could go a long way towards explaining people's lack of attraction to you. Number 7, ask for help. Few things humanize a person more than asking for help when they need it. If you're someone who is willing to down with the ship instead of asking for help, people will notice this about you and actively avoid your presence. A person who is able to admit they need help and act the proper parties for it makes themselves much more attractive to their peers. Number 8, put the phone away. When you really want to irritate the people whose company you're in, continue to play games and text on your phone while they are trying to talk to you. People are not going to give you the respect you deserve because they do not see you as someone who respects them. During conversations in a group setting, put the phone away and give the person who is speaking your complete and undivided attention. Number 9 is to travel. Have you ever noticed that people who are well-traveled always tend to have a lot of friends? This is because they have been to places that were different from what they were used to, and they challenged their preconceived notions. They learned how to speak to people who had different viewpoints, and as a result, they can converse with a variety of peers and understand exactly where they're coming from. Traveling is a great way to push yourself and learn more about others at the same time. Number 10, invite people over. No one should approach their home as if it were a cave. You do not need to invite the entire neighborhood over to watch the ball game. Occasionally opening your doors and welcoming people in does a great deal for their perception of you as someone who can be approached. If you want to attract people and bring them closer to you, no place is closer than home.